What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. I am joined as always by my best man, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. I just got a stabbing pain in my liver just as we were speaking there, so I don't know what that means.
I mean, I know what it means.
What? No, Conor. It means it's getting stronger.
It means with every shot of alcohol, it's becoming more.
It's growing. It's enlarged.
I think what's important, Shaun, though, at this exact moment is that, and I've been looking forward to this, of hijacking this whole entire episode with us, because we're all thinking it. Shaun, I think you owe me, and you owe the listeners, an apology. For anyone who doesn't know, this is Shaun's, by the way, he's going to have a notes app.
I've made a continuous lapse of judgment.
So, last week, a lot of people might not have noticed, but maybe you did, there was no Hero Zero episode that came out on Friday.
No, there wasn't.
It was a surprise to me as well, lads. I was the same as shocked as you were. So I was not.
I was as surprised as anyone.
Looking at your own hands, I'm shocked. So, if anyone doesn't know, I was not in the country. I was away at a wedding in a different country, so I was gone all week, right? But we had Monday's episode recorded. I said to Shaun, "Are you good with Friday?" He said, 2 thumbs up, brother. No worries.
Don't worry about it, man. You can count on me for anything in this life.
Right? And then it got to Friday, and then I was in Spain, and I sent him a message and said, "You still good for Hero Zero?" No worries, brother. Not one worry. 2 thumbs up. Big shot.
To be fair, I was sick on the Friday.
We'll get to your notes app. Okay, hang on now 1 second.
Go ahead. Build your case.
And then, let's see what the people feel. And then on the Saturday, what do I see? I fly home, right, on the Saturday. Yeah. And the first thing, I open up my Instagram, and the first thing I see is Shaun at his own birthday party, having a laugh. I thought, this fucker better be dead. No episode.
Look, I'm not going to miss I organised a whole birthday party, Conor, which you neglected to come to, first of all. I was my best friend in the world.
I was on a plane.
Could have gotten on an earlier plane, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's always an option. Number 2.
Step 1, attack me. Go on.
Discredit your opponent immediately. Number 2, genuinely was sick. Perfectly timed cough on my part
good.
there.
I think that's like the old classic
black lung. No, and I intended to put up an older episode, and then I forgot because of who I am as a person.
Couldn't even put up an older episode.
Yeah. So to make up for it, I will be covering Battle for the Cowl, the seminal DC storyline.
Oh man, it's so funny. I just thought all weekend I was like, I'm going to get that fucker live on air.
No. It's look, there's no excuses, folks. What happened. We'll do better the next time,
you
know?
This is a YouTube video, you just looking like fake tears down the camera.
It's black and white for sure.
We've all learned something from this, haven't we? And so we literally had so many people messaging us, right, on Blue Sky and on Instagram being like, "Where's the episode? Look, we're Hero Zero. What's going on?" And thank you to everyone who messaged. And I didn't respond on purpose because I was going to get him.
Well, just you wait. It's your week this week anyway, isn't it?
It fucking isn't. It's your week.
I'm going to knock it out of the park this week.
We want Psylocke again. So, Shaun, Saturday was the longest day of the year. So it was the summer solstice. So that brings an end, finally, mercifully, you would say, to the 100... You did enjoy the summer solstice, but not the summer solstice facts that you had to make up every single week. So that brings it in.
By the end, I wasn't making them up.
I think most of them were lobster facts by the end.
Lobsters are important, you know.
So that brings it in, but we just want to give everyone a massive thank you for the 5-star reviews, because we did pass 150, I think 3 weeks early before the summer solstice, so we were just kind of cruising into it. So, but if you were listening to this and you have not given us 5 stars, and if you're still listening after us and the whole trial that we just had for 50% of the podcast,
which I think I was released on bail, I think is the outcome.
Murdered in jail.
Ah, damn it, I got shivved.
You're getting shivved straight away.
Shiv, Shaun, it's all connected, you know.
So if you haven't given us 5 stars, we'd really appreciate it. We're going for 200 5-star reviews before the winter solstice.
What? Do I have to do winter solstice facts?
For the next 50 weeks, yes.
Oh, fuck. Well, now I won't have time to do Hero or Zero, Conor.
Ever again.
Ever again. It's just DC ones now.
So enough with all that stuff. If you haven't followed us on all the socials, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Instagram, we're on all the places. It's all down below. We have a Patreon if you haven't gone over there. A brand new movie review will be coming out this week or Monday's the 30th. So
it's usually the last day of the month we aim for. But yeah, between this week and Monday.
Yeah, in the next 7 days it should be coming out. So every single month our patrons get to choose what movie they want us to review, and we unfortunately have to review it except for this month because Shaun, as I mentioned, it is his birthday week. It's not until Thursday, but he had a birthday early just so he couldn't do an episode. Look, it was a bit selfish. We're not going to get into
it.
I
had a lot of plates spinning last week, okay? This doesn't just happen.
So Shaun, you get to choose the movie that we review for June. Now, last month we reviewed The Fall Guy, which is the best movie of all time.
And I really enjoyed it. You've been telling me to watch it since it came out, and I just did.
In keeping with our trend of 5-star, 3-star movies.
Well, look, to put it this way, 2023 we talked about Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
2024... Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
I'm starting to see a trend here, yeah. We're going to watch The Fall Guy again.
It's real steel once more. No, we're going to do At World's End because it's fucking
the 3-hour one. You're making me watch the 3-hour one.
Yeah. You
Fall Guy was 90 minutes, man.
Yeah, no. Imagine a movie twice as good as The Fall Guy in sheer length.
Twice as long does not equal twice as good.
Well, not what I've heard on the streets, okay? It's...
You have to stop for war halfway through.
It's a real workout. I got to get my vitamin C in.
I brought these cut up oranges.
You're calling half times and shit.
A little lunchbox. Okay, right. We are going to be reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean number 3. A movie that I hate. For personal reasons, not because of the quality of the film, just for my experience watching it.
I think you had a bad experience with it.
Yeah.
It kept being restarted in the cinema.
I went to see it for my 12th birthday, I think, but one of them, and we went and they watched the first 90 minutes of the movie, and then the cinema projector broke, and instead of starting it from where we had left off, half an hour passed, and then they finally fixed it. And then they restarted the movie from the beginning. So we entered the cinema, I think at 8 o'clock. I think we left at about 1:30.
I mean, that sounds like a dream, personally. So we can recreate that situation on the Patreon if you'd like.
I have never watched it since because I feel like I've watched it too many times in a short span.
It is a spectacle. Conor, we'll talk. We can either do the 1 hour review or we can do a watch along, and you have to listen to me talk about
1 hour review, please, for the love of God. I'm going to watch it on 2 times speed.
Oh, it's still an hour and a half.
It's so long. Okay, Shaun, let's get into some movie news. Enough of all that stuff, and it's probably our longest intro of all time. Shaun, only one place to start this week. Jon Bernthal's Punisher will be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. We found that out last week. Is this a good idea or is it a bad idea?
I didn't think they were allowed to use the Punisher in movies and stuff like that.
I mean, I suppose they can, but how do you portray him in the big MCU movies?
In what world does he exist in the same place as Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
Because Tom Holland's Spider-Man should be terrified of that man.
He, like, but also should stop him immediately.
And would hate him. Would, like, viscerally hate the man.
But, like, I also don't think, because one of the praises that we sang for Daredevil Born Again was how the Punisher fucking hates all of the cops in New York. And they really lean into that, and we were surprised that they actually went that far with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that in the multi-million-dollar film.
No, I think they do it in the series that they're hoping some people might watch and some people won't. But I think in the movie, how do you do Punisher? Like, if it's a Punisher movie, I can see it, because you just make it R-rated and you just do a Punisher movie. But you have to remember, this is not a Punisher movie. This is a Tom Holland, Spider-Man, brand new day, Spider-Man in the streets. He's restarted his whole life. Little Peter Parker's in college.
Maybe, possibly, with all the other Peter
Multiverse
Parkers.
is probably in there somewhere. You got to fit that in. So you can't really go along the lines of, well, he is decapitating several gang members at the same time.
I think it's an interesting... It's kind of weird for the MCU specifically to have the Punisher in it but not Daredevil with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, the two street-level heroes that the Punisher interacts with. Mostly Daredevil, though.
Do you think he's going to call him Red? I was just thinking that. I was like, how do you write the script?
I think we're getting the rooftop scene again.
You think?
But worse. Like,
if anyone doesn't know, season 2 of Daredevil, the Netflix version, I think has the best scene in that entire TV or that show's run. Like,
yes.
4 seasons, excellent. Some excellent seasons, some iffy episodes, some really good episodes. I think that whole entire episode where they're on that building and Daredevil is strapped to the chimney, and they're just having a conversation about solving crime and who's different, what's not different, what is solving the problem that they're going over. It's a really well written. I think it's absolutely excellent, that episode,
and whose results are more effective and everything like that. Yeah. But the thing is, what has Tom Holland's Spider-Man done except stop that bike thief in the first one?
He did stop an alien invasion. So
true, but That wasn't a Spider-Man exclusive thing.
No. Okay, what has he done? He has stopped the Vulture and he stopped Mysterio. They're pretty good.
True. Some people don't like him for stopping Mysterio.
Yes, they also know who he is, but no, they don't anymore.
They don't know who he is anymore.
Everyone's forgotten him. I am interested to know how they're going to pull this off. I've mentioned it multiple times. Jon Bernthal, I think, is one of the best actors working. I think if he's on the screen, I want to watch him. He just has that weird charisma and I'm like, yes, I'm all in.
Yes, I want him to have the Punisher's white gloves and boots as well, though.
You're going full look.
Classic old look. White gloves, boots, trench coat. Give it to
me. Yeah, and then also the question becomes, how does this relate? How does it relate to Daredevil season 2? Then is it going to relate?
I mean, they are building an army. Spoilers for Daredevil Born Again, I guess. It ends with they're looking to build an army of people who think like them. Maybe Punisher gets brought in as kind of a Jason Todd wild card?
Maybe. I mean, although real bold plot twist, Tom Holland appears in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
If they ever could pull that off, there's no fucking way in hell it happens.
He barely wanted to be in number 4, but if you somehow convince him to be in Daredevil, what a move.
But also, where are the stakes at that point?
Yeah, once Spider-Man shows up in the fight, you're like, oh, well, we've won. That's fine.
Because, I feel like we maybe take it for granted, and a lot of the listeners might as well, is that, we know Spider-Man is one of the most powerful characters. He just pulls his punches. But, I don't think the general Daredevil watching audience knows. I think they think he's Daredevil, but can shoot webs.
Can do flips.
Can do flips and stuff, but he can punch a truck out of the sky if he has to.
How many people... Okay, if in a fist fight, just full on fight, how many people in New York is Spider-Man killing before he gets taken down?
Regular people.
Regular people, and he's going full on kill mode.
Thousands. If he went on a rampage, he could not be stopped.
He'd be ripping people in half.
Yeah, he'd be ripping arms off of people and beating others to death with them. Like, and this is regular suit and web shooters. Like, none of the
regular web shooters, regular suit.
Yeah, it could be infinite. Like, the people he could kill.
Does he ever get tired?
It takes like a day and a half or 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, he can operate at peak for, I think, 2 days at a time.
And he heals super
before
quick.
He starts getting tired.
And like, he'd be healing constantly as he's doing it.
Yeah. And like, and that's why Spider-Man is always tired, because he never really sleeps. He'll sleep like an hour every couple of days.
Okay, Spider-Man fully rested 8 hours, and he's had his breakfast and he's ready to go. This is around lunchtime. He's just coming into his own. In
8 hours, if you're talking killing, I think genuinely he's killing 6 men a minute.
That's so specific.
It's one every 10 seconds, you know?
One every 10 seconds.
Because they're just coming at him, I'm imagining.
100 gorillas versus one Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
I'm saying maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes to kill a gorilla.
I think he's killing 100 gorillas in 2 minutes, yeah.
I think so. Like, he's ridiculously... Like, the things this child can do is frankly terrifying.
You sound like J. Jonah Jameson.
I do, yeah, I really do. Like, he punched... Okay, it was Doc Ock, technically.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man's body punched Scorpion's jaw off on accident.
Yeah, the thing is, I just think that's really funny, and I love when Spider-Man just, like, when we just talk about him just being a straight-up killer, but he's always just, like, 17-year-old Peter Parker trying his best. I'm just like, you could just murder everyone. It's fine. Yeah.
Which is why the most fascinating line in No Way Home is when Andrew Garfield says, "I stopped pulling my punches."
Oh, yeah.
Because suddenly you know what that means, and that's the worst thing to happen to
Spider-Man. He's killed everyone. Yeah. I think anything involving Jon Bernthal is always a positive. It's interesting that they're doing this, even though they also brought up stuff that was like, we want to make it separate, that the Disney Plus stuff is no longer connected to the movie stuff, because we don't want to have that whole thing of like, you have to watch this before you can watch this movie.
But I think after... like Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter, I think Jon Bernthal is widely accepted. He's one of the best portrayals of a character in Marvel media. Like, he's a fan favourite, so like, it'd be kind of wild if they didn't bring him in. And
I think if you bring him in, I would like to see Charlie somewhere along there,
because he's technically Matt Murdock has interacted with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Daredevil hasn't, and I don't know the legal reasons if they can or not.
I don't know the contractual dispute that's going on there, so you're not quite sure. I'm interested to see how they do this, because this is a ground level space mission, so it's interesting to see.
It's true. Yeah, I think he might stop one robbery, see the Punisher, and then get dragged into another universe.
We joke, but this is just because we hear the reports constantly that, like, he's going to solve the multiverse problem simultaneously. That old lady has lost her bag, so he's doing both.
He is a friendly neighbourhood universal threat Spider-Man.
So, Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and I have possibly some sad news that we knew was happening, but we didn't know, but we kind of knew. And that involves Star Wars. And it involves a little movie that was being done based on Rey. Shaun, you're not going to believe this.
But Conor, all of my investments.
But the Rey-focused new Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley has reportedly been put back on hold.
Right on the back. Again, I hope Daisy Ridley is on the biggest retainer in film history.
We talk about this all the time, but she got fucked around the first time, and if she agreed to come back, I hope they drove a truck of money to her house. Just like, we're going to drive one of these every day in here until you do the movie.
And she said drive 2, and then said yes.
Because, I mean, this movie... It was on, then it was off, and then it was like, it's definitely on. We're doing it. Ray's
Guys,
having
we're locked in on this.
It's locked in. But then, unfortunately, the Ray movie has now been put on hold once again, as both the Shaun Levy and James Mangold movies, Star Wars movies, are moving forward first. So the project is not cancelled, as they've said, just temporarily on hold, Sean.
I see. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to focus on a couple of projects that really have a lot of the groundwork done and are in a really good place. Focus on those, get those to the finish, and then do another movie. But also, this movie was announced a couple of years ago at this point.
I think, I mean, there was like 5 of them announced within like 6 months of each other. So
yeah.
They have a lot of them on the go. We always talk about it. This is the latest of the 5 or 6 that they had that is now being like, we're not cancelling it. It's just not being done currently.
We just don't have the time with all the other successful projects we have going.
We've so many Star Wars movies coming out. They're all going to be hits.
We're going to knock it out of the park every time.
They did say, though, however, that, like, talking about this movie, they were like, Daisy Ridley is one of the most valuable cinematic assets to Star Wars, and so not doing her movie is kind of strange, but I think they're going heavy once they got Gosling in with Shaun Levy, and that whole movie, I think that's the main one now. And then James Mangold's one is like second in the list.
No, I think so. I think they lasered in on, hey, let's do the Gosling Shaun Levy one. Objectively has the at the minute box office appeal. And then maybe let the dust settle a little further on all the Star Wars sequels and series and whatever, and then do a Force Awakens style, hey, Star Wars is back.
I think we can have multiple thoughts on this at once. Firstly, as we said, we hope she's on a retainer. Just keep getting that money, Daisy. Just do other stuff that you like. Just like, it's fine. Secondly, I don't think they should do this movie because I've always just been of the opinion, just leave it. Like, you've done 7, 8 and 9. People did not like 9 in any way, shape or form.
It's a bad film.
It's a bad film. And it's just not good. And so if you bring her back and do it, I don't think you could dig up. I think I've always just been of the opinion that they're like, the hole is too deep, that you can't possibly go up from where you are.
And also, if you did want to have a Jedi who was leading a new group of the Jedi Order and just for a second nearly acted rashly in anger, you would do that with Rey and not Luke Skywalker, I would have said.
Well, you would, yeah, of course.
But if we're looking at that big picture and in hindsight, of course.
Yeah, but I think this is... I'm not quite sure. Simon Kinberg was the one that was working on this. I think this is... It's very hard to keep up with who's doing what. I think Kinberg was with Rey. I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I think you're right.
And he was doing a new Jedi Order trilogy. Or at least... He was definitely down for 3.
Was Kinberg doing, or is that James Mangold is doing the High Republic era?
Yes.
Yeah. See, it's all
in our heads. We can't figure this out. And we talk about this
so much, and none of them have come out.
Every month, it's always like Mangold's one is now on hold, but Kinberg's one is back up. We put that to the front of the list.
What are we doing here? So many names of so many directors who are also just doing other things as well.
Yes.
This is completely off topic, but I'm excited about it, and this might be my only chance to bring it up.
Go on.
There's rumours that sometime soon, maybe this week, maybe next, we might be getting a trailer for Project Hail Mary, which is Ryan Gosling figuring stuff out in space. And Conor, I'm calling it now. It's my film of whenever year it comes out, because it's a great book. It's perfect. It's going to be the best.
And you know if Gosling's in it, I'm there opening night.
You're there opening night. Me and you will dress up as
We can dress up as Gosling. Did you see that tweet? I was going to send you. I seen a post. I can't remember if it was on where it was, but someone was like, Gosling and Leonardo take themselves too seriously. Did you see that post?
Yes, I did.
They were like,
I was going to send this to you.
I screenshot it and then I was like, I'm going to send it to him. But it's like, they take themselves too seriously. I was like, have you ever seen Gosling in anything? He looks like Ryan Gosling, but he's the least cool man who's ever lived.
And like there's that scene in the bathroom in The Other Guys, or where he tries to punch through the glass and he just shreds his entire hand.
And he just starts shaking.
He's like, oh no.
I think I'm pretty positive. Let's go. I'm going to ask you, Shaun. Out of 10 Jedis, lightsabers,
out of 10 Star Warses,
how likely is this movie ever to see the light of day?
What
Daisy Ridley signed on. Simon Kinberg signed on. Two people signed on that are big names.
True, and there's a couple of movies to come out still.
Yeah.
2032.
So you're saying it is coming out, so that's, by my own logic, that's 10 lightsabers out of 10 definitely coming out in 2032.
Yes, yeah. If in terms of coming out anytime soon, Yoda's lightsaber out of 10, the smallest of the sabers.
This is a weird ranking system, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Also, Project Hail Mary, directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. You'll be delighted to know.
I mean, let's not talk about what to do to animated people, but live action?
Live action, 22 Jump Street, fantastic.
Pretty good stuff. Let's just randomly, what is the biggest lightsaber? So Yoda has the smallest. What do we do? Who's the biggest lightsaber?
It's a fine question, Conor.
Who has the smallest penis of all the lightsaber holders?
I don't know, but it definitely exists on Wikipedia, or Wikipedia.
I think it might be Dooku. I think
Dooku has the weird curvy one.
Yeah.
Biggest lights. Are there any big lights? Balin's skull.
Who's carrying around a big bastard lightsaber? Just like a big mother heifer lightsaber.
Are you allowing me to use games as a...
no, I was hoping mostly in things that I've seen.
Mostly, well, Conor, you won't have seen any of these. They're not very good. Knights of Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2.
Right.
A character named Gork uses a great saber, it's called.
So the ranking system is Yoda to Gork.
Yes.
And you would think Yoda's on the good end of that, but he's the bad end of the rating scale, whereas Gork is the number one.
Yoda, huge penis. Gork. Tiny alien
Gork
penis.
disappointed. Always cold.
It's also called a light club by some people.
Oh, well, that's just... okay.
I guess, like, if the lightsaber's off and it's that big, you can just start whacking lads with the handle.
He just turns it off to add a bit of danger. Just starts swinging it around.
To be fair, if you're in a lightsaber fight and someone just starts bludgeoning you...
You're like trying to be like really artistic and like really precise, and he just turns into Donatello from the Turtles.
He puts down the lightsaber, picks up a rock.
Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and I thought this might be of interest to you because it involves Dune Messiah, and we've had an update on some two major castings of two major characters in Dune Messiah.
Interesting. Did I absolutely nail one of them by any chance?
I can't remember what you said.
Aww.
Shaun, Nakua Wolf Momoa, Jace Momoa's daughter, and Ida Brooke have joined Dune Messiah as Leto II and Ganima I think I'm pronouncing that right.
That you are. Yeah, that's perfect.
Thank you very much. Respectively, they're going to be playing the twin children of Paul Atreides and Chani. Now, this is interesting, Shaun, because your brain is trying to work out that's not in the book Dune Messiah.
I mean, it is, but they're newborns.
But that's children of Dune. Because these two people are like 12, 14...
Yeah. And then at the times, we're getting Children of Dune as a movie.
You're getting Messiah / Children of Dune. Yes.
I'm okay. But like this could be. Oh, okay. So this could be.
Could you, by the way, just let people in because your brain is doing all of those flips? But we need to know because people might not know what we're talking about. Shaun, I also just read up on this beforehand to pretend like I knew. So please.
Okay, and I'm going to try and be as non-spoilery as possible.
Yes.
So, in Dune Messiah, a very big part of that is that Chani is pregnant with children. So, the children are born in the book, and then they're born, I would say, at the end of the book, and they're babies. Whereas the actors who have been cast to play these children are... like teenagers.
Yes.
Which they would be at the time of Children of Dune, which is a book set 14 years after Dune Messiah, I believe. And it's fantastic. It's fucking weird. And it only gets weirder. Now, we know Denny's not doing Children of Dune.
By the way, I'm imagining you in front of a whiteboard with some red string.
That's all my brain looks like right now. So they're... we might see some time skip because we saw Anya Taylor-Joy as fucking Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And she's meant to be only a baby.
So technically she could be in this one.
Yeah.
As Anya Taylor-Joy?
As Anya Taylor... yeah. As Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, the time... like, she'd be playing younger for sure. But...
not 14.
Time skip works.
Younger.
Not 14, yeah.
But like 25.
Yeah, she was like a 25-year-old Alien or whatever year old.
Okay.
But then there's a whole bunch of shit that has to happen for those children to be born.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be surprised by it because at the end of Dune Part 2, that's a very different place than it's left off in the books in terms of Paul and Chani's relationship and Paul's relationship to the Empire and everything like that. Also, Paul's kind of a villain, so...
What?
He's not good.
But he did all those murders.
He did so many murders. Do you want to guess how many murders he did?
So, like millions of murders.
Throw a B on that.
Oh no!
Mabillions.
Mabillions. I mean, what I get from this is that Denny is not coming back for the next installment. So what he's doing is he's combining Messiah, which is one of the weirdest books that we didn't know how the fuck he was going to adapt that, and Children of Dune, another extremely weird book, and maybe he's going to combine them together in like a half and half situation.
I think we'll probably get a good few elements of each. I can see that happening. Now, there's another book called God Emperor of Dune. And I really don't want to spoil this as much as I can. But, and we know Jason Momoa is coming back as well. I think it's not insignificant that Jason Momoa's kid is one of the kids.
Hang on. What are we talking about here?
I really... because it's such a... okay.
You're telling me Duncan was a big fan of Chani? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Oh, Conor. I'm 15 layers deep on why it's interesting. All I need to know.
I'm still at Dios mío, like Spanish. Dios mío, that's my twin.
So Duncan Idaho fully died.
Yeah, I know. You already spoiled all that for me, so we're not going to get into that.
But he's back in this.
Yes.
He can't look. Jason Momoa's not going to look the same forever.
True.
It's good to have a kid who looks kind of like him, is all I wanted to say on that.
I suppose, yeah.
And also Robert Pattinson is also cast.
No, well, he's busy. He's busy at the minute, so yeah, he'll be in it, but he's busy.
Sightail Conor, the face dancer. We're in for an all-time weird voice.
What voice is he going to do? He's going to have to pull from his book of weird voices.
It's got to be slithery, I think.
You know he can do it. I think he's got it in him.
He does the Mickey 17 voice again.
No, he does the Batman voice.
I got to be in character just in case
all
Matt
the time,
calls,
because I'm going back on set tomorrow.
Yeah, it's any day now. We're going to start rolling. We made a poster.
So I think this is interesting news. I was going to say good news. This is kind of one of those news where at the surface level I was like, oh, that's not important. And then I read it and I was like, wait, no, they're combining two books at once. Shaun should probably know that this is happening.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind at this is good news, but also how dare they do this to me, because now I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and also because you love Messiah and you wanted like a pure, like batshit insane Messiah movie, and now
I think it's going to be more insane.
I think maybe they're combining the two weird ones into one just to get all of the insanity in.
I mean, maybe
I have a theory. Denny is bored of filmmaking. Hear me out. I think Denny has the best. We've talked about it, the best filmography. He never misses.
Man hasn't missed. Yeah.
He never misses. Every movie he does is always just like a 10 out of 10. He's ridiculous, right? So I think he's playing this on hard mode. I think what he's done is he's going to take all the weird parts of Dune Messiah and all the weird parts of Children of Dune. And someone was like, wouldn't it be a laugh if we only did those things and you tried to make a 10 out of 10 movie? And he went, yeah, give me a go. I want to see what happens. I'll do it.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Well, he's French, so it's like, hold my Chateaubriand.
Hold my chateau. It's the only French word we know.
It is. That's all I need.
Hold my, as you say, house.
Hold my bibliothèque.
So I think this could be mental, but also I think the more mental the better. Let's go all in.
I think if you've seen the first two Dune movies, just read Dune Messiah.
Yeah.
It's the thinnest of the Dune books. It's like 200 pages or something. But it's real good. And then you'll know.
Oh,
and then you'll be fucked as well, Conor.
No, I don't want to be. I think it's funnier if one of us is and one of us tries to stay logical.
It's insane. How is he doing this? He can't keep getting away with this.
You're like shaking Denny's. You're picking him up with a shirt and shaking him. Just like, Denny, how are you doing this?
But I also have so much goddamn faith in that man.
He can do anything. Let's see if he can pull this fucking thing off. It's the equivalent of Moonfall landing that ship with no electricity.
Also, I realise we're glazing Denny right now the same way that Stilgar is glazing Paul. Just like the Lisan al-Gaib.
That's exactly what the Lisan al-Gaib would do. If he's truly the Lisan al-Gaib, he'd pick the weirdest movies and then try and make it good.
And and then so we lose faith, but then we have faith. Also, my quiz team name is the Quizan al-Gaib.
Thanks for the invite, by the way. You never got that invite there.
Literally every month I invite you.
I never had the message. Show me the proof.
I say it to you here as we're talking. I say, there's a quiz on Thursday. Do you want to go?
Ad hoc duties.
You were saying, no, I'm busy. I have training.
I have, by the way, Hans Zimmer came up with the coldest quote I think I've read in a while about Dune that I just thought you should know. They were just talking to Variety about like loads of different things, and then they asked him about Dune, and he just went, I just spoke with Denny. We've got some. We're on our way. But there's a lot of desert in front of us.
Hans! Hopefully you get a fucking Oscar out of this one.
Come on, Hans. Shaun, moving on to our next piece of news. And I don't know if you're going to be into this, but I think this is quite a good piece of news. James Bond. I know it's not up your alley.
Yawn. Next story, please.
But James Bond reboot is eyeing these 5 directors as possible choices to direct the next James Bond movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
who are the 5?
If you were directing a movie, let's say, right, and you were like a studio, Who's the number one pick to try to get to direct your movie?
Denis Villeneuve, surely.
Number one, Sicario and Dune director, Denis Villeneuve.
The Liz and Al Gaib of film.
Liz and Al Gaib. He's busy. So there must be sitting around going, who could we get? Maybe Denny, I suppose. What's he up to?
Get the best one, you know?
Just get the best one. Number two, Edgar Wright. That's...
Oh.
Yeah. Number three is the All Quiet on the Western Front and Conclave Oscar-winning director Edward Berger. And then you have Paddington and Wonka director Paul King. And then finally, Jonathan Nolan, brother of Christopher Nolan.
And brother of Oppenheimer, the hitman for hire.
Yes.
Just so everyone needs to know that fact. It's great. But also, if you're a studio, let's just pick 5 great directors.
So me and you, our favourite thing is like when a studio's like, we're interested in Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you should be.
Of course you would be.
Every movie you do, a studio should go, is Denny available? Is Greta available? I don't know. Who else? Is Christopher Nolan around?
Yeah.
Let's ask him.
And then when they say no...
Yeah, when you get 4 or 5 no's in a row, then you work down the list... And you might get the 7th best one.
I really want to slag off a director right now. I just can't. What's Paul Feig up to?
No, be harsh on Paul.
No, Paul's alright.
Paul's alright.
Paul, you were the butt of a joke. I'm sorry.
It's like if you're looking for, like, I don't know, some sort of writers. Like, could we get, I don't know, maybe Steven Soderbergh to write the script?
Yeah.
Suppose we could, I suppose.
Like, yeah, or like if you're looking for actors. And it's like, what is Tom Cruise up to at the minute?
Do you think we could get, I don't know, Denzel Washington? Do you think someone should ask Denzel?
Florence Pugh, would she have any interest in this kind of work?
So, Shaun, what do you think of any of these directors directing James Bond? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Denny's definitely not going to do it.
Denny won't do it. No.
Denny won't do it. He also did Sicario, which is a much better movie, and he's not going to go do James Bond stuff.
Connor, he's busy with doing Messiah, okay?
He's doing Messiah, doing Children of Doom. You know what I mean? You can down... This can be our phrase.
This is how it feels.
I think Edgar Wright is probably not going to do it.
No, but he's the one I'd be most curious to see what he does with it. But I would rather watch an Edgar Wright spy movie than a James Bond movie.
Yeah, I think the 2 logical options... Jonathan Nolan is interesting just because Christopher Nolan won't do it, weirdly. I think, he wants to do it, but he's also doing other things, so like he's always busy. So like, it's the Simpsons of like, get me the non-union equivalent of Steven Spielberg.
Because also Chris Nolan is Universal now, isn't he? He's not a...
Yes.
So I guess maybe there's a contract thing.
So they're like, we can get his brother, and he could just ask Chris what he would do.
Well, Jonathan Nolan, he wrote Memento, for sure.
He also he's one of the Westworld creators and produced Fallout.
Pretty good.
I think the 2 logical ones are either Edward Berger, who All Quiet on the Western Front, that's right up their alley, and Conclave won Oscars.
That's an interesting mix for a James Bond director as well.
Yeah. But secondly, you have Paddington and Wonka director Paul King.
I think I might go to Paul, to be honest with you.
You do like Paddington.
He's a very polite bear. And Ben Whishaw, who voices Paddington, was Q in the recent James Bonds. So there's another Paddington connection right there.
So you're saying Paddington locked in. There's a Paddington conspiracy and you have seen through it and it's locked in.
Well, it's very... how do I put this? It's very go England, you know? Like, Paddington loves the fact that he's from England. And fine, why shouldn't he? He's been looked after.
It's very anti-Irish.
Chucking
it's very, we would look at and go, fuck off.
Yeah, like it's very, it's Paddington walks the Queen to heaven kind of a deal.
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's a very idealised picture of what life in England could be like if you're a very certain type of person.
You're not Browne.
Which Paddington's last name is Browne.
True, actually.
He's crossing borders. Paddington's an immigrant, really. Paddington came here illegally.
The next movie is just them kicking him out.
Oh no.
These movies are taking a real weird vibe.
Yeah, this is odd. This is really strange. And then he went to Peru.
I don't know who's going to do it, but I know if they get Denny, you'll be locked in, and if they get Edgar, you'll be locked in. So they're definitely not going to get either of those people.
No, and also Wonka was fine. And most James Bonds are fine, I think.
Yeah, let's just go with somebody who's just going to do a decent job. If
someone
we're going
that
to do
Amazon
a lightsaber,
can bully a little bit.
Like a lightsaber rating of, I don't know. Who's got a 7 out of 10 lightsaber?
7 out of 10 lightsaber. You're looking there at Plo Koon, I would say.
Kiadi Mundi.
Kiadi Mundi canonically fucks in Star Wars, for what it's worth.
Are you proud of me for saying that name? That just came from the back of my brain. I've no idea where that came from. I love that it's infected
you. That's in there somewhere.
Subconsciously, I just knew that name.
You're a big fan of The Acolyte, where he shows up.
I'm a massive fan of The Acolyte. You know me, it's my chest tattoo. Shaun, I have some news that I think you'll probably be more interested in me. I don't really care about this stuff. Okay. The Batman Part 2 finally gets a positive update. Fans have been waiting for.
Oh my! And fans have been waiting for it, folks. Let's be honest.
Well, I haven't. I've been like pretty chill about the whole thing. But you
fairly nonchalant.
Blah blah blah. Non-stop talking shit about the Batman and all the bad news associated with it.
Yeah, because you know, script hasn't been delivered in ages. There's no sign of production starting anytime soon. There's no real announcements made about it or any Batman project.
They've missed several deadlines in terms of DC Studios and writing the script and the drafts of the script and all that stuff.
The actor who plays Batman is signed up to a number of long-term projects.
Very high profile.
Very high profile projects.
Like the best movies in the world.
with directors that you wouldn't pass up. You know,
to be fair, he's only concurrently working with Denis Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan and Matt Reeves simultaneously. I mean, he's got loads of time.
That's it. And like, well, you know, and once the film is like made and shot and edited, then there's the press tour and all the promotions for multiple films that has to be done.
Well, obviously. Well, after months of delay, Shaun, I feel like I get to say I told you so. I told you it was all in the bag. I never worried, never stressed. It was locked in.
Right.
Because I kind of seen the messages that they were saying without saying. I was reading between the lines because as of today, Monday, June 23rd.
Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses is today is the day Matt Reeves will, I haven't confirmed it, is meant to, will confirm, kind of put in his script for the Batman.
Right, for approval.
Yes.
To see if it gets made. Interesting. And you would say, okay, so this is Monday the 23rd. So we've got about, and look, call me cynical, and I'm trying to be as positive as possible here.
Firstly, fuck you. But secondly, no, go on. I'm calm.
True.
I'm chill. Go on.
True. But this is a studio that has been making Superman, doing a lot of marketing for Superman and everything like that coming up. DCU. Still the same studio producing the Batman as well. They were just about to come up to the end of the second financial quarter of the year. Yeah. And they've spent a boatload of stuff on marketing.
Yeah.
So it might help for investors to know that while there might have been a dip in, or a growth in expenditure, really, hey, we got a Batman script coming in the next few days.
Alternatively, though,
contributes anything to this?
I didn't understand a word you just fucking said, man. All I know is Matt Reeves, we're back. It's on this. It's on his computer. He sent it in. It's in a message. It's in an email. It's probably filming tomorrow. Probably starting next week. So it is. We're locked in, Shaun.
Look, folks, we're going to give him this one. Spotify is going to ask you a question. If you just type "we're back," would really.
I want you to get the word out. We back up.
We back up, everyone. Batman 2 back on the table.
It's locked in for 2027. Yes,
2027. That's when the Odyssey comes out.
He's going to be filming the boat at the same time.
He's playing Hermes, I think, in the Odyssey.
There's a scene in the Odyssey where he forgets to take off the Batman suit and he's just in the background just with the cape.
Which could make sense for the Odyssey, you never know.
So James Gunn came out and said Batman 2 is not cancelled. He said those words, Sean. So
yeah, but neither is Star Wars Episode 10. Like.
Exactly. So they're probably coming out as well. I know. I remember what I said earlier on about Ray's movie. I didn't mean that. That was just me vibing, right? But now I've thought about it because a similar situation has happened with something I care about, and I have changed my complete opinion. I think it's probably going to come out.
I respect that. That happens a lot on this show. Can I put forward something that would objectively be very funny?
No. Go on.
Imagine Pattinson got cast as James Bond.
And Matt Reeves is directing.
It's like the monkey's paw.
And the script is put in like within minutes. Sure, I already had it sitting there. I wasn't even writing the Batman. I was writing James Bond.
I wrote this instead. I thought it was really cool.
So, I mean, this is good news, Sean, yes?
Great news, Conor.
Thank you.
We're never going to be sad again.
Yes. No, there's no downside here. We're never going to see the darkness is over. The clouds have gone away. The sun has now come out, and the movie's probably locked in.
Yeah. There's something in the way of my schedule, and it's seeing the Batman when it comes out.
There's something in the way of my schedule is what Robert Pattinson keeps telling Matt Reeves.
I'm on so many good productions.
Honestly, I've got multiple really good, like the biggest movies of the year of like 2026, 2027, 2028. I'm a bit busy, Matt.
You know, but Matt, don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be there on the night, you know.
I'll do night shifts with you.
He's like laughing off the phone. Chris, stop, please.
Me and Chris have got to get some foot massages.
Yes, Denny, I'll be right there.
Yeah, me, Chris and Denny are after going to the mall for a shop.
We're having a shopping day. And then they're doing a montage, and he's dressed in like the Dune outfit, then he's dressed in the Odyssey outfit, and then they put on the Batman outfit, and they just shake
And I'll be honest with you, Matt, Greta is ringing my phone non-fucking stop. I don't know what she wants, but I'll get back to her.
If there was ever a man destined to play Mr. Tumnus,
he's locked in. She wants me in for the Narnia movie. I don't know what's going on here. Just I'm wanting that. So maybe he's just playing hardball. Maybe it's a thing of like, you know, when you're in a relationship trying to make the other person jealous. So he's just like, oh, all these people want me, Matt.
About that, Conor.
Just to let you know, just FYI,
there's people they're sniffing around, you know.
They're having an old sniff. They are, man.
An old sniff of the pats, you know.
So we're finishing off movie news this week, Sean, with some news about a movie I know you are excited about, and I joked the last time, the Clayface movie with DC Studios. We have finally had our Clayface cast. That is Tom Rhys-Harris will be playing the title role of Clayface in the Clayface movie. So if you're shocked by that, so if you don't know, this movie is going to be based off, obviously, the Batman villain Clayface, but I think it's going to be Basil Carlo, and I also think, I've heard rumours, that it's going to be based off the Feet of Clay episode from Batman the Animated Series, which is one of the best episodes of that show ever made.
Right, so Conor's on board already.
I didn't say it. Sean, I am being impartial here. I'm just telling you the facts. Now you can make up your own mind.
I mean, he looks like a classically
monster.
Handsome actor, you know?
Yes.
But also, he looks like I feel like he'll play weird well, you know?
The only issue that this movie is going to run into is that it was already done last year by Demi Moore in a movie called The Substance. And
True.
It's the same plot.
It's the same plot as The Substance.
And she was nominated for an Oscar for that movie, and it was universally like, oh man, what a great movie. What a body horror kind of movie. So good.
Yeah, and maybe... yes, it's the same plot, but it's told from a different perspective and in a different world. And also, if they learned anything from The Substance, maybe it could be, hey, imagine we did Clayface, but a lot of practical stuff on this as well.
Like, if you don't know, by the way, the plot of The Feet of Clay is that you have a B movie actor who starts taking a mysterious formula to maintain relevance. So starts losing his looks, just taking the movie to substance, and starts just taking the plot. Just read Wikipedia's plot for the substance. But it's a B-movie actor starts taking a mysterious formula to maintain relevance, only to find himself undergoing a monstrous transformation as a consequence of the mysterious formula that he keeps injecting into himself to maintain his young and beautiful looks.
Okay, you could do like a
team up movie with Demi Moore.
I mean, if she's available, or like it's a heroin story kind of thing. Because I always thought of it more as a paste that he applied. But if it's a needle,
you could do paste. You could do mysterious substance in terms of the paste formula or the injection, whatever way you want to do it. The paste is like how to do it. I think in the animated series, but only because I don't think they were allowed to show injections. So
that makes sense.
It's a paste on his face.
I like a paste on a face, you know?
Yeah.
I've often said it.
That's your catchphrase.
It is. It's on my tombstone. We've wanted a Clayface movie for years. Ideally, we wanted Clayface in opposition to a younger Batman.
Yes.
We thought that would be a nice, fun, like, oh, you don't know who you really are and I'm not who I am and that kind of thing. But I'll take a big Clay monster movie any day of the week.
You can't go wrong with a big Clay monster movie. They are just, unfortunately, the movie was done to an Oscar-worthy level last year, which kind of just... it also feels like a weird vibe to be like, yeah, but this one's for men.
Yeah, this is the Coke Zero of body
this
transformation movies. Yeah. But, like, I also, like, the substance being nominated for Oscars and stuff probably aided in this movie getting greenlit.
Yeah, it's like it's a double-edged sword, because like that movie becomes something that people want to see. DC Studios are like, oh, we actually have a character that is literally that. So then we can do it again.
So I look, we'll watch it. I hope it'll be good. This guy looks, he's been he's been acting and stuff for a while. And
you also have a situation where, is this part of the universe? Is this, I think it's an Elseworlds, I assume, so it's just going to be like a standalone thing that just isn't connected to anything.
I think it could be an Elseworlds. It depends what they want to do with their Batman, I guess, whether they want to have Clayface kicking around at all. Once it, look, we'll have to sort the Batman in the DCU.
Well, there's nothing to sort out, Shaun. We've already solved it with the last story.
Well, but that's an Elseworlds Batman, or is it, Conor? Or is it, Conor?
Matt probably knows the answer. He's already put it in there as we speak right now. That script is already in James Gunn's hand. He's reading it, I assume.
It's true. It's winging its way to him by carrier pigeon.
Yes. I think also weirdly it's coming out on 9/11 next year.
Hey, I'll remember it.
Super. Sometimes, for some reason, I just read that. I was like, that's just a weird time to release. Just a 12th or the 10th. Just
reminds
leave.
me of that tragedy, you know?
You don't need to do it on 9/11. There's other things on.
My favourite game is look at movies that came out in 2001 and see where they pre or post 9/11. And I think A Knight's Tale came out just the week before.
One of the best 5-star, 3-star movies.
Hell yeah. But we're not talking about that for my birthday. We're doing a 3-hour pirate story.
No. A 3-star, 1-star movie.
Whoa. You haven't even watched it in a decade.
So I think that's it for this week's movie news.
What a week would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back. We're back right now with an episode of Weird News over on Heroes for Hire Presents Weird News. We will be back on Friday with a very special episode of Hero or Zero.
Are we going to have an episode on Friday? Just to be clear.
You can do one and I won't be here.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not allowing you to see Dune Messiah.
No! It's 2 books, technically. Thank you to all of our patrons over on patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And big shout outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Owen Wilson, the Real Owen Wilson, Let Me Date Your Mum, David Clarke, Dominic, Anna Sharkfoot Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Frost currently riding a WWE hyperfixation wave, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine were right about the Eurovision, Russ, Hey Conor, what's your favourite film? Parfitt.
What's my favourite film ever?
Yeah, ever.
Oh, it's probably The Batman.
Probably The Batman. Well,
probably The Batman.
One and done. That's all he needed. Thank you to Jackson Brueheim. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, Mikeychairsnumber1fan Shaun is cool and a genius. Rory, Pete, larger, stronger and more powerful Jones. Jack Markham, Johnny Ray, Hunter Harvard, the Texas Ironman, DonegalGeorge. Lisa casts the saltiest of side eyes for never having seen The Lion King or Ghostbusters.
I completely agree. Yeah.
I think, look, guys, they can't be that good, surely. Thank you to Justin Bowman, Joe Reid, John Neesmith, the Dr. Dara, Ted Sullivan, Jeff Scroger, and Adam O. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. Head over to Patreon if you want to support us over there. There is also here'sforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at Here's for Hire Pod. The 4 is a number 4. Facebook is Detective Gentleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Here's for Hire Podcast. Blue Sky is Here's for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever about the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Sean also told me that he thinks Parasite and Shawshank Redemption aren't that good.
Whoa, what the fuck? Actual slander.
I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.